Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 10 American Destroyer Gearing. She has 19,400 health, a top speed of 37.8 knots, 6 127mm guns, 10 torpedoes, a surface detect of 5.9 kilometers, and 52 AA defense rating. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main armament, improved aiming accuracy, improved torpedo rearm, reduced the chance of flood and fire, improved acceleration, concealment. For my commander, basic firing training, faster torpedo rearm, last stand, superintendent, advanced firing training, and concealment again. We are on the map Northern Lights again. I really like Northern Lights. This is a game that occurred right on the day 0.5.12 came out. Earlier in the stream, I tried out the steering module because, for anyone who doesn't know, it is available to all destroyers and all cruisers from Tier 8 on. So I said, okay, let's try the gearing, see how well it works out. Well, it doesn't work out very well, so I went back to concealment, used the advantage of the gearing to get close to your enemy and overwhelm them, and we, lo and behold, run into our counterpart, and we're trading shots. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible, do a quick check. Waste of a gun cooldown right there. That was an oversight by me, of course. I could have probably gotten one more gun salvo into the enemy, and looky there. It's probably the difference between killing the target and not. That quick check with the torpedo systems. There was no way it was going to work out for me. Why did I do it? I don't know. I can't answer that question. Now the enemy, he sent his torpedoes. I'm going to send my torpedoes against the other enemy destroyer that happened to show up. Looked like he was stationary. Maybe he was hiding in the smoke. I don't really understand it. Either way, I'm contemplating firing on him, and honestly, they probably ran into each other, and this is going to miss the shot. We'll see a confirmation. We do indeed miss. My AA is left on. That is a mistake, but it's a bonus if we can take out the aircraft, and we don't. The aircraft just goes away. So we know it's going to be back. We know there's an enemy destroyer that's very low, and I would love to kill him. I'm trying to confirm the torpedo strikes. Come on, hit something, please. There was a great big cruiser and a destroyer over there. And no torpedo hit whatsoever. Okay. We'll fix that. It's not a big deal. We're doing fine. Play smart, play objective control. That's the name of the game in the US destroyer line. The other exciting aspect of this is I'm a full build. This is the full build that you would want to go in a US destroyer. Now, I went advanced firing training. Why did I go advanced firing training versus demo? It gives me a little bit of range to avoid the shot, and it is important. Now, you might say, well, it's really hard to hit. Not when there's a lot of battleships. When the meta is so battleship focused, and look at this comical scenario. There are at least 3 friendly ships that are sitting on the southern point of this island. There's at least 3 enemy ships that are sitting on the northern end of this island, and they're camping. All they want to do is minimize the number of targets that can engage them and maximize the number of damaging shots they can put on a single target. It's really frustrating as a viewer who isn't in a battleship. Really, guys? Really? This is what the meta has turned into? Just sit, bow on, and fight like this? This is why long-range torpedoes must exist. And aircraft carriers, they must be relevant. This should not be rewarded. This playstyle. None of these battleships are helping their team. They're just sitting there fighting over one objective. A single objective on a 4-objective map. There's an enemy breaking through over by B. Now, I would say that's a bad strategy, but it's just not good gameplay to see so much tanky health be so stationary. So I sent my torpedoes in an effort to hit him. It looks like we're going to hit 1 North Carolina on the bow. The bow is basically guaranteed flood, maximum torpedo damage as well. And I felt pretty good about that. I felt like, okay. It could have been better. It could have been worse, though. since they're bow on. And yeah, just in the stream I'm going, really guys? Is this what it's come down to? Is this what it's come down to? So I'm sort of shaking my tail. And you gotta do that sometimes. You gotta let the ladies really see it. They gotta know, yeah, you could have a piece of me if you came and played with me. But we take a little bit of damage. Not too much. It's a salvo. Didn't really hurt anyone. Maybe it allows a teammate to take maybe one less salvo worth of damage from a battleship. I don't think anything's going to happen over by A. So I'm going to head back to the center. The enemy cruiser that brazenly pushed forward is dead. Not a surprise. And we're gunning down the gearing. Now, this is a little bit of just understanding where your shots are landing and not giving up. The gearing probably feels like, he's going to give up any second now. Any second now, he's going to give up. I don't need to move. I don't need to move. Well, we did a lot of damage to a target that we basically only saw for 5 seconds. That's too much damage for the gearing to take. Now, another aspect of this as we move towards the center of the map, we almost have a flanking torpedo opportunity. My torpedoes are back up, and that's really awesome. And yes, finally, we take out the aircraft. They're not going to get free scouting information, and it looks like the gearing is going to come through this gap, so I'm just waiting. Come on, come on, come on. Where are you? Where are you? Well, it's sort of delayed, but we do get a couple shots on him, and I'm trying to get over the island, but the island sort of jumps up right there, and it doesn't look like we're going to get that. I'm going to send my torpedoes. Yes, the indicator does not say, and maybe I should have saved the torpedoes. I was just so focused on helping my team over by A that I completely ignored that there is an Iowa right here. So I pop my smoke, I come to a complete stop, or at least try to, and I'm going to try and set the target on fire, keep up the pressure. HE against a target that is angled, AP against a broadside. It does not matter what class of ship you're firing on. Don't hold back, use the right ammo. And sure enough, friendly is also in smoke. It's telltale that the enemy drops off. That means, oh, well, I don't have anyone scouting for me, so I have to scout for myself, so I just leave the safety. I'm not stupid. And we set him on fire again. 2 fires on the target. Can he put him out? I think he can, yeah. We get 1 torpedo on the enemies over by A. The Iowa is taken out. We take a little bit of damage. We're not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. Alright, alright. It looks like the torpedoes missed. Maybe it broke them up. Something. So, why did I choose concealment over steering module? Well, the US destroyers are already pretty maneuverable. It's something like 3 to 5 seconds. That's pretty good. If you drop your concealment module, you are looking at a concealment factor of like 6.4, 6.5, which is alright, but you're not going to be the best concealed target. When right now with the gearing setup I have, it's very rare that I'm ever scouted before I scout the enemy. As we are moving forward, I'm firing on the target, setting on fire, everything that you need to do, and look how much damage we've already done in the match. Now, we haven't gotten any kills, but the consistent torpedo and gun damage is really overwhelming. And that's really only what US destroyers do right now. The Soviets are pretty much 90 to 80% gun. The Japanese are pretty much 80 to 90% torpedo, whereas the US destroyer line can do pretty much everything. And I like it. I like it a lot. So, we move forward. We're going to try and take B. That is the primary objective. Take B. And also set up a flanking torpedo. Now I notice there is smoke, however I do sort of fire past the smoke, and we're in range of the North Carolina secondaries. We set the target on fire, I switch to AP because he's broadside, and just look at the amount of damage we do, and more aircraft overhead. I want to keep it scouted and kill it, and we do kill it. I could, are we really going to do this? Are we really going to do this? Well, you might have noticed that there's a battleship pushing forward. I set my torpedoes against the battleship, hoping to do damage to it. We also Well, we kind of ran into the island. We kind of lost our propulsion as well, and I think we lost it to secondaries, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh boy. It could have been better, but it's going to be at least 1, 2, 3 torpedoes. We are in Confederate and high caliber with that torpedo striking. The rearm is so insane. Withering as well. Fantastic. Now, switch back to HE. 2 angled. Continue fire, and... okay, we're never going to get damage. Is this a record? How much damage can you do without getting a kill? And another enemy battleship is trying to move forward. Notice, there's nothing that says the island is in the way. That's the nice thing about this particular setup for the U.S. destroyer line. You can fire over islands that just no other destroyer class can. And we lose sight. Nobody's scouting them out. There's only 2 enemies left. The game has gone brilliantly. But I don't have a kill. I want a kill. And we're going to try on the North Carolina now. I might overextend a little bit for it, but it's worth it. I'd also want to get some damage. And friendly torpedoes miss. We set the target on fire. Doesn't look like he can put it out. The friendly North Carolina is asking for support, and I do agree, you do need support. And are we going to get it? Are we going to get the kill? We do. We finally got the first kill of the game. For me. It's just, every single time we do damage to targets, someone finishes the target off. But I'm pretty good with the game performance. You know, 187,000 points of damage, not bad. There's also an enemy battleship over here. And I would like nothing more than to torpedo it in the face and have the glory of getting the final kill on the great big tier 10 Japanese battleship Yamato. Now guys, can you lay off doing damage to this guy? Don't touch him. I want all the damage from me. And we're going to work our way towards the enemy. Last time we were scouted, we were over by B. How much is he thinking about what I could be doing? The Yamato's turret traverse is terrible, so if we catch him out, oh, we're detected. Well, surely he wasn't looking towards us. He must be looking towards the north and the northeast. There's just no way he's looking this way. We have to go after him, and... he was looking right at us. And to make matters worse, the game ended as he killed me. I couldn't have got my torpedoes out. The tick rate was just too close to 1,000. But I think we did a pretty good job for the team. 1 kill, Confederate, Witherer, high caliber, 10 fire set, 5 torpedoes, 4 floods, 187,000 points of damage done, over 600,000 credits earned. The Gearing's a really good ship. She's at a max build right now. I love it. I love the Gearing. We earned 2,514 base XP. Not bad, right? Carried the team, played as smart as I think I could have. If we would have hit more torpedoes, though, it would have been even better. Look at the way the damage is broken out. 1/3 is main battery, 1/3 is torpedoes, 1/3 is floods and fires. Very, very balanced, very, very US destroyer-like. That's exactly what you want. You want everything working together to get you that high number. And I couldn't be happier. This is the build. Don't try to get the steering. Keep the concealment. It works really well for the US destroyer line. You're just not gaining enough to justify dropping that concealment. It's not like a cruiser. It's not like a Soviet destroyer, where concealment really isn't your jam, right? I hope you enjoyed seeing me go almost an entire game without getting a kill and racking up a ton of damage. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.